If you guys recall, a couple videos ago, I had made a video on 3 prohibitions that I would stop. The 3 prohibitions were number 1, video games, number 2, explicit content, and number 3, television shows. I've broken one of them. The other day, I had watched explicit content. Not too proud, but that's what this video is about. This video is about taking a look at the mistakes and seeing where we can improve from. The punishment for breaking a prohibition was for me to stay at one spot, journal for 1 hour, and just reflect. Needless to say, I did that, and that was something I actually found to be very powerful. I wanted to share that experience with you, so I made this video right here. Hi, this is the Empire of Rippedonia, and I'm taking over the world using the Empire as a metaphor for the great life that I'm going to build. Today's video is mostly about how to move on from messing up. Yes, I have messed up. I am human. It takes time for a person to really fully change. I wanted to talk about 3 main things I reflected on. And the first thing that I was writing about was the reasons why. Like, why did I mess up? Why did I succumb to these temptations? Why did I stop doing the things I wanted to do that I set out for myself? And I think there were a lot of reasons, which is justified. I think it's fine to understand the reasons why you do the things that you do. One of the feelings was me being unproductive. Like, over the weekend, I spent a lot of time hanging out with family, hanging out with friends, and just doing a lot of cool things. But it wasn't productive. It wasn't all the stuff that was aligning with things that I wanted to do in life. I wanted to do a little bit more also. And I think because of that, I had a lot of built up tension, feelings of I need to be doing this. I was not able to fully be present with it. And I think it's a very important thing to know that you worked really hard and then you earned the enjoyment and time that you had with friends. And the other reason of relapse, I know, was also something that was building up a lot of tension. I don't like to admit that I feel lonely like this sometimes, but sometimes it does get to you. But that's something that I want to own up to, and stuff that I have to reframe my mind. I have to reframe that kind of thinking so it doesn't happen again in the future. There's just a lot of things that you got to reframe things to, and but it can be tough you're in the moment. The second thing that I was journaling about during the 1 hour reflection sessions was giving myself permission to mess up, giving myself permission to fail, giving myself permission to feel the emotions and be the person, be the human that I am. I'm not looking at the mess up as a thing to beat myself up over. I'm seeing it as a place of just human acceptance, accepting who you are. Because I think the most important thing that a person can do for themselves is to forgive their own mistakes. We're human, can't expect to be perfect all the time. I think forgiveness is extremely crucial in understanding and loving yourself. And if you cannot forgive yourself, it's just really tough. So don't beat yourself up. Just take the ups, take the downs. It's just a part of life. And then the last thing that I journaled about was reminding myself of what I really want in life. To really just sit down, reflect, and see where my life is going, seeing if I continue on to this path, what would happen, and if I would be living the kind of life that I want to live. Clearly, it was not going to move me to the life I wanted to live. I had to remember things that I really wanted, things that are so important to me, like living such a great life. How can you have a great life if you are being so caught up in the loneliness and the sadness of life? How can you have a great life if you can't enjoy the people that are around you? It's okay to be a little bit unproductive, but you still work hard and you still enjoy the time that you have with your whole heart. I want to live a life of boldness. I want to live a life of beauty. I wasn't able to appreciate the beauty of human emotions. I couldn't really embrace the full beauty of being around loved ones and stuff because I was so focused on wanting to be productive. There's time and place for everything. Those are things that I wanted. There's also like other goals that I wanted. But all that's to say, I think the reflections are really helpful. Having these hour-long reflections where I just sit down, no phone allowed, just journal, just write down your thoughts and stuff like that. I think it's very helpful, and it really allowed me to like process all those emotions, the things that are going on. I highly recommend it, and having that kind of punishment is actually more reflective and more rewarding that it is being punished. So I just want to encourage people to do that. If they're finding themselves stuck in habits that they don't want to do, I think it's valuable. It's a great tool. I will continue to do it if I mess up again. But yeah, this is the Empire of Ribadonia. I'm going to conquer the world, making it a more beautiful place because of it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later.